There's been a shakeup in the Seattle police force. Police Chief Carmen has resigned on the same day that City Council approved cuts to the force. It's all part of a push to change policing in the city. The City Council stripped about $3 million from the $400 million Seattle police budget. They are also cutting jobs. About 100 officers will be eliminated out of 1,400 officers on the force. So a lot of people get really up in arms when we say defund the police or what's this doing? Again, I want to be clear, some of these other things that they have to do, the duties will be reassigned to like a social worker perhaps, instead of the police going to a homeless person. Al, what do you think about these changes?
I think they're good. And I'll tell you why. And I think they'll also benefit the police in the long run as well, because I will say this in defense of the police, they have been used and put in positions where professionally they are not equipped to handle that.
Right.
They are not mental health experts. So when they approach somebody that's going through a mental health situation, they're going to handle it like a police person, not a mental health expert. Guess who else is a mental health expert? Myself. Tori, there are people that are trained for this, and if it was one of your loved ones, you would want the person that's trained to deal with them to deal with them. And I don't think the police should be put on certain duties that they're not equipped for, because that's one of the reasons we're running into a lot of these problems, especially in our schools with these SROs.
I completely agree with Al. Police, and I'm not putting this on them, it's not their fault that they have been made to do so many jobs that at some point they're
SRO
trained.
is school resource officer,
yeah.
School police officer, basically.
Yeah, Lindsay, what do you think about sort of reallocating, redesigning the system so it's not one big box of police coming at you?
Right. I mean, the resignation was extreme to me. It's $3 million out of what, 400? Is it 400 million?
Correct.
Yes.
So that's such a little bit that it's not like they took half their budget. What I did realize after doing some research is that about 50% of the 911 calls in Seattle involve criminal activity. So if you think about all those other 911 calls that need to be answered, they can be answered, like you said, by somebody that's part of the community or somebody that's doing some community policing with mental health and other things that these calls need. And so I think that it's important to put those resources in the community so you're not getting all these 911 calls that are criminal activity. I think that will help put a damper on the other ones.
I completely agree. And this is all to make the police more efficient, to make everything less violent. I like the way Seattle's going. If you agree with Carmen and think she was right to resign, we would love to get your point of view. Let us know exactly what you think on YouTube or Facebook.